Today, we will show you how you can use Jira automation to auto-populate the responders field and page the major incident team. Stay tuned for the full tutorial. In this tutorial, we will show you how you can use Jira automation to auto-populate the responders field and page the major incident team. Before we start with the automation, make sure that you have a major incident team set up and also enable the operations feature on the team. As you can see, the major incident team is already set up with the operations feature enabled. Before we start, we need to ensure that we populate the right information in our automation. Take an existing incident ticket and populate the responders field with the major incident team. Now, let's review what this value looks like in our JSON reader. We will explain shortly why we need to gather this information. Let's review the ticket's JSON representation by entering the URL described in the description with the issue key for the ticket we just updated. Copy and paste the JSON content and format it so that it's easier to review in your JSON viewer of choice. Let's search for the responders value, which is the field that will contain the information that we are looking for. Select the values under the custom field that represents the responders field. You can search for the custom field ID if you know it, or use a quick trick and search for opsgenie. Copy the JSON values into a notepad so that you can refer to it later on. Now let's create the automation rule. Go to the project settings and select automation. Click on Create Rule. For the trigger, we will select a manual trigger to quickly execute the rule. Specify that this only applies to incident tickets. Now, in your process, you may trigger this when the ticket changes its status to escalated. So it is up to you to determine what the trigger would be. Let's also add a condition where it will only execute when the major incident flag is set on the ticket. We will use a JQL condition and add the proper syntax. Validate the query to check that JQL is correct. Now let's add the action. We will select the edit action. Now, if we try to choose the responders custom field and edit it, you will not find it. This is because this field is a special field that can only be updated through the advanced options. Expand the More Options dropdown. It will display the additional fields where we can enter the JSON format to update the responders team field. Refer to the link on the description to populate the correct syntax. We will paste the JSON syntax with the corresponding team that we saved earlier. Click on Turn Rule and enter the name of the rule. Select Turn On Rule to publish the changes. Let's create a new incident ticket and test our automation. Open the portal and enter the values. Now that the ticket was created, let's open the agent's view. By default, when we create the ticket, the responders who own the service will get notified first. You can see the platform team. Set the ticket as a major incident. Now, let's trigger our automation. Go to Actions and run the automation we just created. Now you can see that the major incident team has been added to the responders field. Let's go to the Alert section of the major incident team. As you can see, the new alert is generated and it specifies which Jira ticket it came from. And that's how you can set a Jira automation to auto-populate the responders with a specific team. Please subscribe to be notified of new Atlassian videos.